Hello, welcome to WRD Gaming and welcome to this game. This is Titanic Shipwreck Simulator. I think it's called that. Originally called Titanic VR. It's a VR game that has been ported over to Steam. The Steam version, there's two versions. There's the VR version and then there's this, which is the normal desktop version, which we can play without VR, hence I have no VR headset. And I thought we would play it together and yes, see what it's like. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to play a game. Now you've got the experience, you've got sandbox, options I've been through, there's not much in there, just graphics, pretty simple. Audio is music on, music off. I'll keep the music on because it's nice and ambient and lovely really. Credits. So what we're going to do is play the game. We're going to do a new game. What's the level select? Okay, let's not spoil too much. Let's play a game, new game, and we'll get there. Now you may or may not tell by my accent, but I am actually from Northern Ireland, and of course we are the ones who built the Titanic, and you know, she was fine when she left us. That's all we ever say. She was fine when she left us. So on the 10th of April 1912, Titanic set sail from Southampton. I was too late. On the 14th of April 1912 at 11:40 p.m, Titanic struck an iceberg. It took 2 hours and 40 minutes for the ship. This is so fast. This photograph takes left Queenstown, Ireland, her last stop before New York. I believe Queenstown is now Cork. The shipwreck lay undisturbed at the bottom of the ocean until its discovery in 1985, the year I was born, funny enough. So basically she left Southampton, picked up some passengers, Titanic VR, there we go, picked up some passengers at the bottom of Ireland, Queenstown, and then set sail for New York, where she sadly hit the iceberg and was lost for many a year until 1985 when Dr. Bob, was it Bob Ballard, found her on a secret mission he was doing to try and find, I think it was sunken submarines or something along those lines, and he was able to find the Titanic. And very interesting videos on YouTube if you look it up. I don't know why I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the other screen, I should be looking up there at the camera. But what, look, here we are, we're here. That is us coming down our submarine, our submersible. So again, this is built for VR.
I've reached the seabed. Can't see much.
You're still a couple of 100 meters out, and back to manual control. Shall we run an equipment test?
Yes we do.
Sure. Let's do this by the book.
Alright, let's run through the submersible controls. If you hold down the F key or the center mouse wheel, a control diagram will appear in front of you. You can operate the submersible using these controls on your keyboard and mouse.
Okay.
You can move the submersible forward, back, left, and right using the W, S, A, and D keys. To make the submersible ascend, press the Shift key. To descend, press the Control key. You can rotate the submersible left and right using the Q and E keys.
Great. How do I interact with objects?
You can look around in the submersible by holding and dragging the right mouse button. When you look at an object you can interact with, a green circle will appear. To interact, just look at the object and left-click to use. If you ever get stuck, just hold down the F key or the center mouse wheel again to bring up the controls diagram.
Will do.
Right, now we'll move on to the map and missions. You'll see in the middle of the console in front of you is a map. It shows your current location as a blue pointer at the bottom of the screen.
That's us.
As you approach the wreck, it will slowly appear on the map. The yellow icon is your current goal location, so you know where you should be heading. I'll update the map and your goal locations as we go through contracts.
Right.
The screen just to the left of the console displays the mission log. It shows your current goal task. So if you aren't sure what you should be doing or looking for, check the mission log and map for more information.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay, you'd better place a marker before we head too far. Interact with the button next to the map to place one.
How do I interact with that? Just enter?
interact with the button in front of the map to place a marker.
Well, I would if I knew how to, love. Hold to bring up cursor to... Okay, so you gotta hold... Okay. Well, that's weird. You gotta hold the right mouse button to do this. And you let go and you can't move, so that's... You gotta constantly hold it down. It's interesting.
Marker's been placed.
You can head towards the bow. So, I had a call from our main sponsor.
Problem?
No, all fine. Just voicing her excitement about us finally diving. Said she's looking forward to seeing what we can do. I've set up a call for 8 p.m. this evening.
For $45,000 a day, let's just hope we find something.
Never mind the money. My doctorate is riding on this.
Okay. Do we just go then? By the way, just so you know, I don't talk over cutscenes or voice dialogue, just for your benefit. So, that's why I'm quiet during those kind of things. Hopefully it came across okay. Hopefully you heard it. Hopefully the audio levels are fine. So we're 85 meters away from the front of the ship. Should be coming up. Bet this is amazing in VR, seeing this thing come up in front of you. There's some fish. Okay, 67. I'm going the right way.
I should get my lights ready now that I'm getting close to the bow.
You can control the movement of the sub's lights by using the directional keys on your keyboard. To turn the spotlights on and off, interact with the button in front of the lever.
Right, let's turn the lights on. There we go. Lights are on. We can go up. We can come down. 48 meters away from the ship.
Whoa.
Oh my
There's
god.
something you don't see every day.
There she
She's a
is.
beauty.
There she is, boys and girls. Even just sitting here looking at this, it's kind of eerie, like.
Okay, first things first. We've got a contract with the Titanic Society to place their commemorative plaque on the forecastle deck. Get yourself into position.
All right.
So where do I need to go? I'm gonna use this here map here, I guess. I don't want to hit the ship, mind you. So there you can see that is where. That's the anchor, the main anchor. And then this thing here actually used to face the other way around, and it would be the thing that would hoist the anchor up and pull over. You can see the chains there as well. Let's go a bit higher up. Oh man, it's kind of spooky, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so we're getting close to where we
Coming
need
up
to
it
be.
now.
You'll need the Predator for this task.
Ah,
I just
the
hit the ship.
ROV.
Yep, courtesy of Flight Avionics and the latest in augmented reality technology. If you look up, you'll find a set of VR goggles and a control panel.
There she is.
To deploy the ROV, look at the VR goggles with your mouse and then left-click to use. The controls to maneuver the Predator are the same as the submersible. Make your way over to the plaques already laying on the deck, and remember that the range is only up to 15 meters. The advantage of driving without an umbilical.
That's
Is there
me
any
in
way to
there.
boost the signal?
Yeah, but we need to upgrade the deep-sea transmitter, and they don't come cheap. The generosity of our sponsors and UNS funding only goes so far. If we complete these contract jobs, we might just be able to afford some upgrades.
What happens if I go out of range?
The automatic recall kicks in. ROV comes straight back to the sub.
So cool. Make sure it's working
I'm here.
okay. Oh, there it is down there, of course.
Great. The plaque we're placing is in the Predator's inventory. You can access it through the menu.
Ah, how do I open the menu?
You can open the menu by pressing and releasing the info button. While in the menu, you can check your map and mission log and access the inventory. To interact with items in the inventory, use the laser pointer to highlight the item and left-click to select.
Okay, I'll place the plaque down on top of the flashing beacon.
How do I find my inventory? Direct drop item. Alright, we want that. And where are we? Oh, over here. I can see it. It's flashing. So I'll put this down. So some of these names. I'm guessing some of these names are the backers of the game. Yeah, Lynch family. Yeah, it's all the backers of the game. The villains, Lynches. There we go. Murray's, Peppers. That's kind of nice retouch.
I'll take a photograph with the onboard camera for the society.
Great idea. They'll appreciate that. You can access the camera through the ROV inventory. Open up the menu again and select the camera icon from the inventory screen.
Okay. And
Done. I'll head back to Sedna.
No need. Just press the escape key. This is the return button.
just the skip key. Okay, we'll press the skip key. That brings.
Now you're back in the sub. Recall the ROV by pressing the button next to the ROV goggles. It's above you on the right.
Where to now?
Hull breach on E deck. I'll mark it on your map.
We're heading for his cabin, right?
That's right. Eyewitness testimony said Henderson kept a journal. It should tell us more about his activities on the final night.
I presume I'm looking for some kind of trunk.
Henderson had a briefcase listed on the manifest. With any luck, it's still in his room.
Alright, we're gonna recall the RV. There it is there. So we're gonna recall it. That brings it back. I trust it can come back even while we're moving. Is that the mast? Now there's crow's nest, but as we know, the crow's nest is no longer on. Attached to this, I believe it's been ripped off over time. So we need to go over here to the left. Man, that's spooky. Is that what it's like in real life? Do you think everything just kind of comes into view from the darkness? Right, so we're heading forward. So we need to go down then. Ascend, descend.
Dr. Lynch,
Yeah?
why are we doing this?
$45,000 a day at sea.
No, I know, but that just about covers the costs of the expedition. I meant, like, why are we taking this job in particular?
Well, put it this way. Why do you think she hired us?
Because we're academics?
Yes, but more specifically, we respect the history. It would have been cheaper for our sponsor to just hire a salvage team.
And why do you agree to take it?
Funding like this comes once in a blue moon, and I wanted to see her up close.
What level? Shit, I hit the ship. One thing I know you're not meant to do, by the way, is hit the ship. Now, how can I actually turn this thing around? Strafe, I want to actually turn. Okay, so Q. Can we only go one way then? Let's bring it back a wee bit. Need to go up slightly. Do I want sticky keys? Let me see, it's coming up here. Do I want sticky keys? Right, let's get back to this. So, is there no way of like... There we go. There we go. So we're heading in here, aren't we? I think we're heading in this opening. See if I can maybe... Yeah, I think we're going in there. Inside the ship. I think we are. Let me come down a little bit. And go forward.
This breach is from the impact with the ocean floor. Anything in here is going to be messy.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
It's towards the top of the breach. Look for the flashing beacon. I really hope his briefcase is there.
I'm not going to send the Predator in. I'm actually going to go in. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can get in there. In the sub, I mean. Let's get back down. And let's get the Predator out, because I think that's the only way we can do this. Let's get back up. Going in. Kind of just want to explore now. We are meant to go in here. Pick that item up, but like... see what there is first of all. Completely wrecked. What's up here? Just to be nosy. I bet this game in VR is so spooky. Guarantee it. It's just pitch black. Let's go down and get whatever this is we need to get. Because there's a good chance we'll have to come here anyway during the game. So it is just in here. Is that safe?
Ah, I found a briefcase. I just need to pick it up by holding down either the left or the right mouse button to interact. WJH. I think this is it.
Well, that's lucky. Are you going to open it?
No, not here. Assuming there's anything intact in there, it'll start degrading as soon as I open the case. I'll have to bring it back to the lab before we can take a peek.
Okay, you should put the briefcase in the Predator's storage then. Just open and close the menu again by pressing and releasing the info button. The briefcase will appear in the ROV's inventory as a selectable item, and you'll have your hands free again.
What's the
Right.
pink mean?
If this is the last task for today, I'll head back to the lab now.
Yep, just return to the submersible and you can head up from there. I can't wait to see what's inside.
Alright, I'll tell you what, we'll go back to the submersible. We'll do what the game wants me to do.
Let's get you to the surface. Activate the autopilot and get comfortable.
Where is the autopilot? That's over here. Just getting used to these controls.
Alright, I'll see you in about 2 hours.
That's the first dive done. long loading times, I tell you that for free. Yeah, that's very eerie. Oh, get this now. So, what do we do here? Oh, who the hell are you? Jesus, she was very close. Can I talk to you? No. Oh, upgrades. Artifact storage. Just guess when we find stuff, this is where we're gonna put it. Huh. Oh, there it is. Right, so left click.
Whoa, looks to be in good condition.
Let's get this cleaned up.
So,
This journal is pretty special. The pages seem to be a fabric paper blend. I think the desalination bath will leach out the salt. Then it can go into the PEG station before freeze drying.
right, so we'll put it in here first. A bit in there. Freeze dry the journal. So go in there. Conserve the journal. How do I conserve it? How do I conserve the journal? Do I put it in here just? No, I just chopped it around the place. How do I conserve? Open the journal. Press R key to use. How do I open page? What do I do? R key to use? I'm pressing the R key. Oh, this game is so buggy. Right. Where'd my journal go? Jesus, I am not doing a good job of this. Turn the journal page. Right, so I set that there.
Special. Looks like a receipt for a telegraph sent on the night of April 14th.
That's strange. I haven't found any reference to one being sent. I wonder what it said.
We can check with our sponsor when she calls. We could also search the first-class purser's office tomorrow. See if we can find the record book. Passengers placed and paid for their telegraph messages at the purser's office, and the record book would give us confirmation if a telegraph message was organized.
We could also check the Marconi room to check if the message survived. Telegraphs were put into canisters before being sent through the pneumatic. Here's our sponsor. We can tell her the news.
Hi, team. How are you both?
Hi, Gillian.
pick
We're
that
doing
up.
great.
We've just finished cleaning the artifacts we found today. We managed to access Henderson's cabin and retrieve his briefcase.
Wonderful.
Inside, we found his journal, a few personal items still in good condition. One interesting item is a receipt for a telegraph sent on the night of the sinking.
Oh, that is interesting. I didn't know William sent a message.
That's what we thought.
It's possible it wasn't sent, and that it's still in either the purser's office or the Marconi room. We're thinking our next dive should be to explore these rooms.
I know teams have searched the Marconi room before, but I didn't think the purser's office was accessible.
Yeah, up till now it's been off limits due to the size of ROVs, but ours is small enough to access it. We're hoping we might find the purser's record book, with the message listed.
As for the Marconi room, other dives have shown most of the furniture is deteriorated, but the telegraph canisters might have survived.
Sounds plausible. Let me know if you find anything. I'd love to see the message he sent. I've only the letters from Southampton.
I noticed something odd in his journal. On the 14th he mentions carrying some special package, but I'm sure he didn't have anything reported in the manifest. Do you have any idea what it could be?
Well, in his last letter, he wrote about returning home with a present for my great-grandmother. I'll do a bit of research on my end. I can check over the manifests again to see if we missed anything.
Great, we'll let you know if we find anything tomorrow. I'm sending over photos of the items we found today.
Thanks, I really appreciate the regular updates. It's making writing much easier. We'll talk again soon.
Well, shall we call it a day?
Not quite. Gillian was kind enough to order in a stronger transmitter for our ROV. We'll need to fit it before the dive tomorrow. Otherwise, we won't be able to reach the purser's office.
I'll get on it now then.
It's waiting for you over there.
Thanks. I need to replace the transmitter in the ROV with the one on the table next to it. The instructions for replacement are on the posters behind the ROV rack, and I can access the lower sections of the ROV by lifting the rack bar up.
Right, so we're going to put the better transmitter in. So here it is here. We'll set it in there. So that's a sample container. And then do we put this in? Where does this need to go? Does that need to go? So, oh. So we bring it back down, open this up, and put our transmitter in there.
Cool. I'll see you in the morning then.
There we go, that's that bit done. It's interesting little bits and pieces. I imagined this game was just you're just doing the wreck of the Titanic, but you're actually coming back up and studying stuff. It's kind of cool.
Coming in nice and clear, Dr. Lynch.
Great. First up is the purser's office on C deck, correct?
Correct. To access it, you'll need to head down through the hole where the forward grand staircase was. I'll mark it on your map.
The C deck is pretty compressed from what I've heard.
Yeah, the impact with the sea floor bent most of the supporting pillars, so they're struggling with the weight of the floors above.
With the rate of decay increasing, it won't be long before it all collapses. I'm glad we've had a chance to come down here and see it for ourselves, before all this becomes inaccessible.
So here we go again.
And she was sinking fast then. And all of a sudden she lifted up quickly, and you could hear everything crashing through her. Everything that was movable was going through her. And then she went down and seemed to come up again. So I thought, well, now I'm going to leave. And I was hanging on to a board. We had two boards, starboard and port, which said, keep clear of propeller blades. And I was hanging on to one of these, and I was getting higher and higher in the air. And I thought, well, now I'll go. And I dropped in. I had a lifeboat on. And I hit the water with a terrific crack. Luckily, I didn't hit anything when I dropped in. There were bodies all over the place. And then I looked up at the Titanic. So the propellers were right out of water. The rudder was right out. And I could see the bottom. And then gradually she glided away. And that was that. That was the last of the Titanic. I didn't want to die. I mean, I didn't see much chance of living. But I was gradually getting frozen up. And by the grace of God, I came across a lifeboat, and they pulled me in.
Nice little touch there too, survivor stories. Look at the size of this thing. So it wants me to ascend, so we're gonna go up, up, up. How does it want me to go? Now it wants me to descend. Should be going down, shouldn't it? Yeah. I don't want to hit the ship level, so we're level. Right, let's go. Let's turn her.
You'll need to be careful of debris when descending with the Predator. It might make it easier if you position your sub so the lights shine down the void.
Good idea.
Shine your lights down the void. How do you turn the lights? Let me see. I actually don't know how you turn the lights. I know what they tell me, but I'm not sure. Let's go back a little ways. And we'll go down a little bit. There we go. Right, so we'll release the Predator.
Deploying Predator. Starting to descend.
I think we're going down here. Yes, we are. So we're going down in. You can really tell this is a VR game just by the menu system. This is us coming down this grand staircase. The grand staircase, which is now completely gone. That's it there, I think. Would have been round about here.
Here we are.
Great. The purser's office and inquiry desk are on the starboard
Okay.
side. You'll need to go over the desk to get into the side room.
So that's like, I think that's the metal frame this grand staircase like basically stood on. You can see Drew came up here, I'm guessing, and then up the other side. So that would have been, yeah, the support frame. Like, exactly how accurate this is, I'm
Right,
not
I'm here.
sure.
The office is to the left as you enter. Be careful. This area hasn't been explored before. We don't know what we'll find in here.
To think the last person in this room would have been Chief Purser McElroy.
The record book would have been kept in a leather pouch.
Right, so we're going in here, aren't we? So we'll bring it down slightly. How are we getting into this place, by the way? Because it's in there. There's one of the bunks. I'm really banging off everything. I'd be awful in real life at this. So how are we getting in here? Maybe through this gap in the wall? Yeah, I think we're good. Reach the inquiry office.
I don't see it here.
Maybe try the safe back out in the inquiry office.
So try the safe. So there's the safe over there.
The doors are rusted shut. You can't check inside.
Is the pouch among the debris?
No, I can't see the leather pouch anywhere. We might be out of luck.
That's a shame.
We'll have to hope the Marconi room gives us some answers.
While we're here, we should collect a sample of the rust on the safe doors. NCPA regularly check for new species of bacteria living in rusticles, and I'm sure they'll want a sample of this.
Good idea.
I'll take a photograph of the scene too. They'll need to see the rusticle formations as well.
So we'll get the camera.
Done. We'd better move on to the Marconi room.
I'll mark it on your map. You'll need to head back to the sub to get there.
Alright, so let's get back to the sub. Right, so it wants us to descend, but I'm pretty sure we're sitting on the boat. There we go, come back out the side. Well, it's hard to say because where does it actually want me to go?
The Marconi room isn't too far from here, just between the first funnel and your current position.
How do I get in?
Either through the skylight or the corridors. Up to you which you feel is safer.
Right, I don't want to damage the wreck. Or the ROV.
I will tell you what, we're gonna release that first of all. Let's get our map up. So let's get out of here. How do we get out is the question. I'm starting to think the pink thing on the map is our sub. Right, so there it is, there it is. So we'll go up here. Still want to ascend. So we're still coming up. Right, we're level. We were level. So we're going through here then? I think we're going through here. If we'll fit. I'm not sure if we will. We might just... It's gonna be tight. And then... Is it in here? May have taken a wrong turn. No, I think we're okay. Is it in here?
Oh man, really isn't much left here, is there?
Jesus.
No, not really. Most of the furniture was wood, so it's almost all deteriorated.
There's a lot of debris on the ground, and a few broken canisters.
One of these canisters once? I'm not actually sure. That mustn't be one of these ones. Huh. Hang on, there's one there. Maybe I have to pick it up. Yeah. There's another one. And then does it want me to get this map off? Yeah. Is there any more? There's one there. Activate the autopilot to return to the surface. So that's basically it for this dive. So what we will do is we will activate the autopilot to return to the surface. I gotta say, the controls for this game are a little tiny bit wonky, as are everything else. Right, so where is the autopilot? There it is.
Alright, heading back up.
There we go. I'll
See you
get us
soon,
back to
Doctor.
the surface. And we're back here again. So we've got the pod. And what's this? What is this? So if I had escape, are you able to save this game? I'm not actually sure if you're able to save the game. Huh. Try to see if I can save the game, but There's no telltale sign that you can. Huh. Give me 2 seconds. Let's see. Trying to check to see if you can save the game and then quit or what the deal is, but escape is not working. Interesting. Very interesting. Right. Let us grab our pod.
These brass canisters will need a good scrub in fresh water. It'll stop them from oxidizing when they dry.
So we're going to put it in the wash station, I'm guessing. So our key.
I'm surprised these paper messages survived. They'll need to be soaked in the desal bath and then in the fungicide tub.
And then the fungicide, which is over here.
Ready for freeze drying.
Freeze dry the bad boy. Get this freeze dried.
Transferred to Titanic. Fine ship, fine weather. Arrive Wednesday with special delivery. Love, William.
He mentions the package again. Maybe he really did have something stowed in the cargo hold.
Nothing was listed on the manifest.
A lot of things weren't.
He could have been referring to anything, though. It might have been something special in his suitcase or in the purser's safe.
We can still search the cargo hold as a start.
Yeah, we'll check it out next dive.
Oh, there's our sponsor again.
Right on time.
Hello, team.
Hey, Gillian.
We recovered the message from the Marconi room, but it doesn't really give us any new information.
That's still great news. I daren't have hoped you'd find it. What does it say?
We're sending you through a photo of the message now.
Thank you. Oh, it adds another layer to the story, doesn't it?
He must have thought himself lucky to have been transferred to Titanic.
The coal strike meant many people were upgraded to Titanic.
Such tragedy.
William refers to a delivery in this message, so we're assuming he may have kept something in the cargo hold. We're planning to head down there next dive to check it out. Depending on what it was, there's a chance it survived.
Did you find anything we missed in the cargo manifests?
No, but I've been doing a bit of extra sleuthing. I found out that there was a registered parcel traveling on the Titanic with a Mr. W.J. Henderson's name on it. Is it possible that the gift was traveling as mail and not cargo?
Yeah, that's a possibility. They could have also been 2 separate packages. The only way to know would be to check both rooms.
The mailroom used to be off limits, but we can access it through a new hole in the cargo hold wall. Our ROV will need another transmitter upgrade to delve that deep, though, and a longer lasting battery.
That's not an issue, Doctor.
Do you have any idea of the size of the parcel? What's inside it?
No. Could have been anything, really. The registered weight suggests something small, and Mary liked delicate things. Maybe something French? She loved southern France.
Could it have been a religious gift? I read the Hendersons were very involved in their local church.
Yes, definitely. In fact, I'm surprised William's Bible wasn't in the suitcase you recovered. He was known to carry it everywhere.
Maybe he had it with him during the sinking.
Perhaps. There are mixed reports about his final moments, unfortunately. I'm not sure we'll ever find out what really happened.
Well, we'll try our best to find out. Hopefully we can learn more about him from the next dive.
I do hope so. I want to tell my great-grandfather's story accurately in this biography.
We'll speak again tomorrow, after the dive.
Yes, thank you. Talk to you then.
Right. We better get those upgrades for Predator sorted then.
I'll get on it now.
So she's funding all this because she wants to find out about her grandfather so she can write a book about him. 45,000 a day. It's a hell of a lot of money. Right, first thing is first, new transmitter, so let's open this up and get this one in. There we go, and then we'll lift this up and that goes in there maybe? Right.
It's good to go.
There you go.
Thanks.
Radio check, CCGS Wilson.
Signal is great, Dr. Lynch.
All right.
I'm just marking the cargo hold on your map. You can access it from the number 2 hatch on the forward well deck.
I'll make my way to the hatch and deploy Predator.
Right. This is dive number 3, but I think this is where we'll leave it for now, hopefully. Hopefully it will let me save this at some point, because it's not letting me save it by hitting the escape key or any menus coming
I
up.
remember it all
Oh.
very clearly from the moment that my father wakened me, because of course I was in bed and asleep, until I saw that ship sink, and afterwards when I heard the people drown. I remember it all vividly.
Do you remember the panic, the fright? Were you panicked and frightened, or did you kind of, being 7 years of age, not really take it all in?
Oh no, I took it all in, but the panic started, of course, after the all too few lifeboats had gone, and people were coming up on deck hoping to get into a lifeboat, and there weren't any boats for them. That's when the panic started, which we could hear when we were in the lifeboat.
I suppose as a very young person, you could see adults panicking and
Oh,
screaming.
yes,
Must have been
indeed.
absolutely horrific.
Dreadful.
And your father went down with the ship.
Yes, he did.
Your mother, however, was
She
spared.
was saved
you.
with me, yes, that's
Wonderful.
right.
And I hate to drag it up, but do you remember going away in one of the dinghies and looking back at the ships?
I do indeed, yes. Very clearly, and to this day I hate looking at pictures of ships.
Another interview with a survivor. Yes, sorry. So, as I was saying, I didn't like to talk over that because it seemed disrespectful. But that's it for this part. This is part 1 of Titanic. Hopefully you'll join me again in part 2. If you liked the video, please give it a like. And subscribe to the channel to be notified when the next part comes up. And other videos like this one. And yes, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you will join me again in the next one. Bye for now.